I'm very honored to talk to you today, making an information of the very urgent act that everybody passes over, and this is all about death. A number of times had happened, people asking what real death is, and are there any significant stage over which the process occurs. Now, the professor today got the response of this. Seriously, death is the act or process that happens to everybody, be a child, an adult, or whatever. To every person, it must occur. For a number of times, I have been researching over this, and now all I have recognized is that, dear my audience, you are capable of rejecting death. How are you going to reject death successfully? Indeed, death occurs through some significant stages over which you are capable of taking control over. And since it occurs through these stages, then it is possible for you to reject going through those, and therefore perhaps you may not die. It has been reported that there are 5 significant stages of death. The first, the second, up to the 5th, ranging from denial to acceptance stage. Actually, you cannot die otherwise you accept death. You cannot die otherwise you accept it. So the first stage that a person passes before dying is called denial stage. Over this step, a person starts rejecting completely that he cannot die. It is not him who is scheduled to die. It is not possible for him to die. Checking the sick people at the hospital, doctors had reported a number of the patients are reporting, asking that they cannot die and it could not be possible for themselves to die. Dear colleagues, as the sickness became much more serious, the sick person transfers to the second stage that we call it anger stage. At this step, the very serious sick person is now angered, very angry. Why sickness is, or the problem is very intensive, extending to himself and therefore making him suffer intensively. A sick person is now anger of the family members, those caregivers, and the doctors as well. At this point, he is asking, why this occurring to me? Why me? Why this problem? Now, all these occurs as the result of anger stage toward sickness. If someone is not planned to be raised now from the problem, so he or she must care and progress to the second stage of death. So the stage is bargaining. A very serious sick person then starts bargaining, mainly with God, asking God, praising God. And because the disease or the problem has become severe, so a person is saying, oh God, oh, why should I even not get sick for sometimes and be raised from the problem? So if, for example, a person went seriously into sickness for 1 year, then he is praising God and asking why, trying to bargain, why he or she didn't even suffer for a month and be free for the rest of the period. So this is the bargaining stage a sick person or anybody likely to die passes through. As the days carries on for the sick person that's not designed to be raised to be free of the disease, he must carry on into depression. This is seriously the first stage over which a person passes toward death. A depressed person is very sorrow, very sorrow, feeling sadness, extremely sadness. because he is no longer showing to be back healthier. The man or the woman is hereby wandering and therefore must carry over to the fifth stage, that's acceptance stage. At this stage, a person had completely accepted the issue that he must die. One is hereby trying to imagine future life after the earth. So at this stage, a number of psychologists, I inclusively, had went researching more on the acceptance stage and found that the findings show that most of the people here try to be very close to their God, and they try to imagine their life after the earth. Mostly the people tend to like blaming themselves for all they did during the youth stages when they were enjoying their maximum energy activities, maximum body activities, with all the pleasures they had enjoyed during the rest of the days. So when one had already accepted that he or she must die, then there is no means if something that you have accepted, so it must occur on you. So a person dies and therefore ready for the burial ceremony. Would you accept death? Are you attracted with this? Drop your comment there down. Do not forget subscribing my channel so that you get videos more of these that are very interesting, light on rays very soon.